This is the Cadence of Life podcast, where we interview music professionals and entrepreneurs and learn the ins and outs of their career. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Cadence of Life podcast show. I'm your host, Jeff Strahan, aka your boy Jay Reed. Yo, man, it's been such an exciting ride with this whole podcast stuff. Just want to let everybody know that in the end of April, the last week of April will actually be our last show for this season. So please, definitely stay tuned. If you don't know, we drop these every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time. So definitely tune in, man. Check us out. Season 1 is going to be ending the end of April. So it's been a awesome journey for season 1. Just want to thank everybody out there for listening. My guest today is a rapper and producer from Killeen, Texas. He is known in his area for boom bap, trap, and R&B style producing. He has done work with Parlay G, JTHG, Royalty, Tweezy, Street, and just to name a few. He will be releasing a new rap album this year, so be on the lookout for that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the producer known as Lion Beats.
What's going on? Pleasure to be here.
What's good with you, man? What's good with you?
Just living life,
That's good, man. So, man, have you been producing all your life, or what's your background in music?
Not necessarily. I would say it all started last year or about a year and a half, sometime in April. That's where I wanted to be a profession, like for producing. I didn't really think about trying to be an artist around that time. It was just more of like making the music. And then I needed something else, like, because there's, just living life, you go through ups and downs, you go through change and stuff like that. But just really around that point, that's where I started wanting to get a computer. At first started making them on my phone, and that was doing like GarageBand, stuff like that. And then showing a few people here and there, and then they were like giving me more ideas and stuff like, oh, you should just, try and make a profession and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where that happened. The motivation just kept on kicking in, just stuff like that. So that's where I got the computer, Fruity Loops, just kept on going and grinding after that.
So, like, you never took music in school, or you never was in a band, or, you never was around like musicians or anything?
My dad was a musician. He played the piano and the organ. So that's where it originally started as far as music-wise. He taught me how to read and write. He taught himself also. So that's really where my musical talent, music bone comes from. It's from him. So I pretty much played piano, guitar, clarinet, organ, bass, but I'm really more into just playing the keyboard.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, what would be your go-to sound when you start one of your beats? Do you like a certain type of VST, or maybe like a certain type of instrument or something?
It's usually pianos and guitars. A little bit of horn, saxophones here and there.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, so you like throwing in some sax off in there, man. You like throwing in a saxophone, huh?
Oh yeah, anything that'll catch that good vibe, like if it's like the sky jazz that I showed you before, like something just, a little jazzy type beat, you gotta have a little saxophone in it or some type of bass, gotta have the little thump in it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah. I think that's kind of the root of a lot of music, man, is jazz. And so, I think it's really awesome when people can throw together different tones from that, and different sounds, and maybe different loops or whatever, whatever they're using. But yeah, that's really awesome, man, that you kind of are diverse like that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Um, so you say that you've used GarageBand and FL Studio. What do you think that is better, FL Studio or GarageBand?
FL Studio.
Oh, FL gang, man,
I mean,
FL
hands
gang.
down, but true, a lot of people do say that it is trash or whatever. And then like a few people here and there has been telling me like, oh, really? You use that? I ain't like they're surprised about it. I'm like, I mean, it's just like any regular DAW system to me, but there is people that is I'm basically kind of like in the experience since they've used other things like Ableton. I even tried to put Ableton on here and looking at people trying to make those, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get pissed off and I'm just gonna make some trash or crash my computer. I'm not I've got time. So it's still sitting there until this day. I'm not gonna touch it. One day I might just do a little blooper video, be like, oh, look at this idiot playing with Ableton.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I got 5 different softwares on my computer, and I pretty much just use FL Studio and Sony Acid Pro because honestly, I mean, I started out in 2001 recording with Sony Acid Pro bands and all that kind of stuff, but honestly, man, I like recording now through FL that I don't even hardly use the other one unless I'm doing something that like a file or something like that doesn't register through FL, like a sound file or something. But other than that, man, I go straight to FL. And yeah, I get that same kind of vibe. Like sometimes people, they think that FL Studio is still like Fruity Loops, you know, back in the day.
Hmm.
And so they're like, what, you can record with FL Studio? Oh, you can mix and master with FL Studio? It's like, yeah. Where you
Right.
been?
But I do take some of that back. My first original DAW system, I don't know if it was a DAW system or what, but it was something back in my middle school days called Jam Glue. It was a website called jamglue.com. That's where I first started doing like, well, playing around with like mixing and like just playing with beats and stuff like that. And that was when I was like sixth grade. I graduated in 2011, so a very long time. But the website crashed or something. I don't know. I've been trying to look it up. I think something happened. They stopped paying money. It was some stupid stuff that they've been saying on internet or whatever.
But yeah, it could have got bought out by a different brand, and so they just kind of turned it into something else. That's what happens a lot of times. You know, these bigger brands will buy out the smaller competitions, so that way they kind of capitalize on it all.
Yeah, probably something like that. You know,
So as far as your rapping career, have you actually put out singles, or have you done features or anything like that?
I have. That's where I've worked with JTHG down here in Killeen. Um, that's where I pretty much started. Also, like when the rapping and stuff. So uh, doing some features with him, Street, a few others. That's where that pretty much came in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So are you from Killeen?
Born in California, raised in Killeen.
Oh, okay, okay. Were you in California long enough to kind of get a vibe there, or were you too young to understand?
No, I remember pretty much a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So I
man.
was there
So,
for like 6, 7 years
I,
of my life.
I spent a little time in Killeen, and I always have this question to people. It's like, why? Like, what is it that makes you want to be there versus anywhere else?
In Killeen?
Yeah.
That's a good question. uh, I don't know. I would say it's really oriented here in many different ways. Like especially considering how we're like right next to military base and stuff like that, so you'll see a lot of different types of people, and it is friendly here, but at the same time like you do got to watch your back in certain areas, so it's
Huh.
not like
Yeah. Tell
I'm
me
not saying
about
it's
it,
not
man.
like Chicago or anything like that, but or
Oh
the
no,
Detroit or
there's
something
some parts in
like that.
Killeen that seems like Chicago and all that kind of stuff, man. There's some people, there's some dark places in Killeen. I've been there.
Yeah, Just a little shadow.
But you know, it ain't nothing like being in the trap. You know what I mean? I guess you can
Hey,
make some good trap music.
hey, if you got the bone for it, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I just I feel like Killeen was one of those times, you know, in my life where it was just kind of like that chill and let things blow over. But you know, I've met a lot of people, man, that lived in Killeen all their life. They went to school there. They went to high school there. They love, you know, Killeen. They got roots there. So it's just I don't know. It's weird because it just seems to me like it's way weirder and slower paced than anywhere else I live. I mean, I lived in Nacogdoches. Like, this is the littlest town in Texas. I mean, not the littlest, but like the oldest town in Texas. Little town, but it had more activity and vibe to it than Killeen, man. Especially downtown Killeen. You know, over there by like that old little HEB that they closed down.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
it just like deserted half the time over there.
Yeah, that's where it's like really oriented. Like even if there's nothing to do, like sure they got that new jump house thing or whatever, but like a lot of people just be chilling with their homies' house, chilling with their girls' house. We just chilling at the crib.
So that's definitely I guess something that's different, you know, than in a bigger city. You have more time and you have more opportunities to hang out and spend that, you know, one-on-one time with your artists, or spend that one-on-one time with your friends and whatever, making music. Like, I bet you y'all have a lot more interactions than probably people like us. You know, we busy, you know, a lot of times here in Austin. So do y'all have a lot of get-togethers, like in you know, at different people's houses, and you know, do a lot of record sessions?
Yeah, more of like get-togethers. When they're like at my house or my studio, that's where we start getting the work in because I'm pretty much like the only one with the mic with certain artists or some artists. But other than that, like we just have a good time. Like if there's something in our mind for music, I'll be telling people, and then they like just vice versa, write it down, record it, just make sure that you won't forget because you never know, it could be a hit. You could probably do something with it.
Yeah, yeah, for real, man. I mean, you know, you just never know. I mean, there's people getting famous every day, and even if you don't get famous as far as TV famous, you can always get internet famous, or Spotify famous, or you know, Instagram famous now. So there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah, everybody try. They do what they got to do.
Back to making beats on your phone. Like you say you made pretty much the all the way from start to finish. Now, did you use different loops and VSTs, or did you like just like put in the drum kits and like do it all the way from scratch?
Kind of all around because they're like I said, I started making beats in middle school, and with working on piano and all these other different instruments with my dad, as well as like certain sound systems. Like I pretty much put everything all together, like all the things that I've learned in my past into that. And there's like custom beats, like making piano beats or something like that. I've done a few like that. Just loop beats. Uh, I've done a few like that. Like there's a lot I've done as far as that.
Because I know that there's a lot of different apps on the phone that you can use. I've used several different ones. A lot of them they're kind of like FL Studio, where like basically you pull in your drum kits. You know, you got a snare, you got a drum. I mean, you know, you got to get a kick, you know, whatever, and then
Hmm.
you got to make your own melodies and stuff like that. And then I've seen stuff like there recently I've been using one called BandLab, and it's pretty nice. But it's really like loop oriented, where basically the drums are looped, the melodies are looped, and it's like little loop packs that kind of go together. So like if you I mean, I guess you could, you know, mix them all up, but majority of the time it's like whatever sound you download, those sounds only work together unless you understand how to like put them with other loops and all that to make it different. But I mean, it's easy for just people making a quick beat or whatever, but it's not as custom as like FL or some of the other beat making apps.
I didn't get the feeling for that one like how I did with GarageBand. So that's why I was like, no, I took that off my phone. That and I ain't like some of the loops on there. That was another major point.
Yeah, some of the loops on this band lab, it's just I don't know, real simple, real basic, but also too it doesn't give you enough, I guess you could say. Some of them are only like 8-bar loops or like 4-bar loops. Like they don't, it doesn't give you like 16 or 36 to try to chop down, or there's really
Mm.
not a lot to it. So I mean, I recommend that app for people that want to record. It's a real good app if you want to like bring in a track from like a producer or something, and then you got like headphones and a microphone, and you want to record. It's real easy with that because all you got to do is just hit record, and then you can do the track outs, and then boom, you're done. Like it's really not that hard. A lot of people that don't have laptops, it's good to use. But yeah, man. So how long have you been rapping? I mean, you say you produced for a year and a half. How long have you been rapping?
Pretty much like half that.
Half that.
Yeah, around, yeah, like half that pretty much.
Oh, that's what's up. So you put a lot of your music out there on like Spotify and stuff like that, and different distributors, or you haven't released anything right now.
Not as of recently, but last year I did. So this year I'm really planning on just bringing to the table like a whole bunch of new stuff, and maybe like as far as my producer side, do like elevations of how and what I've been learning as far as making beats and stuff like that. Maybe just a little something for the YouTube videos or something like that. So I'm always thinking of some new stuff, but actions speak louder than the words. So that's really what I'm trying to do this year.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So I know your producer name is Lion Beats. But what is your rap name?
It's too tall. Number two, it's spelled number two Tall. Because if you see me in person, my height is 6'9", but
Oh, for real?
yeah. So at first, originally my rap name was gonna be 6'9", but a certain somebody had to be a little rat and mess it all up for me. So definitely not going with that. Like people at work used to call me 6'9" all the time. I'm like, no, 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 that's not me.
Not no more, huh?
Yeah, nah, no more. Don't call me that. You can call me that, like if we hang for that long, like cool. But nah, we gonna just change
That's
that
too
now.
crazy, man. Because I'm actually 6'6". So that's crazy. My brother, he's 6'7", and we actually go by Twin Towers. Like all the time it's so funny because I used to go under DJ Tower here in Austin, and a friend of mine from JK Go Grills, my homeboy JK, man, shout out to JK. Um, but he gave me and my brother that name when like 2004. He was like, man, they got the Twin Towers over here. And so that just kind of stuck, man. And so for many, many years, man, I was DJ Tower. And I took a break from music, kind of did some downtime or whatever. And when I came back to music, I was going to try to use it again. But then I noticed that somebody professionally had started using that name. So I was like, well, I got to figure something else out. I got to figure out a different
Mhm.
name. But yeah, that's too crazy, man. My brother actually right now, he actually goes by Too Tall as well, but he ain't no rapper or nothing. That's just his little nickname or whatever.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, he actually has it on his knuckles. He has Too Tall on his knuckles tattooed or whatever. But yeah, man, that's crazy. I didn't realize that you was that tall.
Yeah, my dad was 6'6", mom was 6', 6'1", something like that.
Yeah,
And
that's how it
then
is in my family.
yeah,
My dad's 6'6". Of course, me and my brother were tall, and then my uncle's like 6'4", my granddaddy's like 6'5", like everybody's just tall.
All my sisters is like shoulder level or neck to me. So
And it's so funny because like most of all my cousins, even if they come from the tall family, they are short and chubby, even the guys or whatever. So it's just like, how did that happen?
skip the generation or something.
Yeah, like what? Y'all must have got some genes from your mama because we all tall around here. We too
Shoot.
tall.
Some I thought I was the tallest person in my entire family, but apparently not. I got some cousins in California that's taller than me.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I already beat 7 foot. I'm like, you had to ruin my day of living right now. Like I thought I was the tallest. Let me have
Oh man,
that.
y'all either basketball players or WWE stars, one of the two. I hate that, man. You ever get that when you walking through the supermarket? Hey man, you play basketball? You be a basketball star? No.
I be wanting to tell people that, but I'll be like, it's too late.
Yeah, I'll just be like, yeah, bro. Didn't you see me? I was over there on, I was, I was doing my thing for a whole minute in Houston, man. You didn't see me? It's like, man, I was on the Rockets for like 8 years, and wasn't even watching me.
What a shame.
But nah, it's so funny when I tell people that I'm involved in music and whatever. I actually recently was at Whole Foods the other day, and somebody hit me up because I had my T-shirt said "Dope Beat Maker," and so he was like, "Hey, bro, hey, you really a dope beat maker?" I was like, "Yeah." So I gave him my business card and everything. He starts asking me, "Oh, so what all do you do?" Da, 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 whoop, da, whoop. Then I didn't realize that my business cards just had my old information on there. Like it still had my name and who I was, but it would just said beats. It didn't say, podcasting. It didn't say anything about Spotify or nothing like that. So here I am for like 30 minutes trying to talk to this guy about everything that I do. And so then I'm like, man, I really got to sit down and redo my business card. But yeah, man, I hate that, man. When people be like, "Yeah, man, you must play basketball, or you some kind of superstar, like you tall." I'm like, just cause I'm tall don't mean nothing.
Never know.
Like, man, what y'all? I tell them, man, that you gotta keep eating your spinach, man. Keep eating your green giant. Yeah, but yeah, man. Uh, So, as far as like what you produced, you say you do a lot of boom bap, R&B, and trap and hip hop, different things. What's your favorite thing to produce?
I would say trap and well, there's so many like side genres to like before I even got into all this, like there you gotta be extensive to that. But I would have to say like hip hop, trap, and R&B.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I think when I first started, man, I automatically wanted to try to go back to the hip hop boom bap type vibe. I think some of the stuff that I made in the beginning, that's where the roots were coming from. But I don't know. Lately, man, I don't know. Something in me, man, it's just something about that dark gangster kind of rap. Like it's just something
Yeah,
about it,
the
man. I just lately I just been every time I get onto like a bass line or 808 or some type of piano work, it's like I go straight for like some dark gangster beats, like some
yeah,
Scarface or like some stuff that like automatically you're just like, oh yeah, this is it right here. This is that trap. You
yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
some
Like,
dark trap. That's really like what I
yeah.
like. I like listening to those, even just making them. I just get too excited, and I'll probably be like, oh wait, I gotta continue making
But
it.
like some people, I mean, I know that there's like different styles. There's sad, there's happy, or whatever. But a lot of people, when they think of dark trap, they automatically think of sad beats.
Or
I'm talking
gothic.
about that, like we gonna bang the block and we got sticks out the window type trap. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like some gangster stuff. You know what I mean? Where you ready to ride on some people.
right. Like none of that emos type stuff. We're talking about something else. I ain't got time to
But
be that
recently,
puppy.
some I've been collabing with different producers lately, and recently, one of the producers had sent me a track that was kind of EDM slash reggaeton, and I recently, I don't know, not recently, but like over the past year, I made like 4 or 5 different tracks for like working out and like workout beats. So I kind of turned it into like this EDM slash workout beat, and
Yeah, I
so
think
I
I've seen
tried to
that
make it
online that you posted.
something that to where somebody could like work out to, but also you could kind of fist pump to, like in a like a club or a rave or something like that. Kind of give that vibe of both, to
Makes you want
where
to
if like
move.
somebody was working out hard, they could be like jamming it, and then I turned around and made another one. Like I think it was like the next day. I just made a whole nother one from scratch and just made it all EDM. So yeah, I've been kind of messing with that, man. I think it's growing up in the 90s, there was a lot of rave parties that everybody used to talk about, and there was a big huge popular thing, techno and everything. So that's basically where EDM stemmed off of. That is EDM, is techno music. And I used to be a huge DJ Irene fan, so that I really like that type of music. In a way, I never really was big into the raves or whatever, but yeah, you definitely got to check some of that type of stuff out, man. It definitely get your bones moving on that. Have you ever made any EDM?
Never. No, I lied. I did before. Yeah, I did before a long time ago.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, man. Like I think I like it a lot better. Well, not really a lot better, but I think I like changing up the styles to stuff like that, because you can add in effects, you can add in different echoes, you can like reverbs and delays and different things that are not normally in a regular beat. And then you could
Hmm.
also do a ton of different automations, like for instance, recently I've been using a lot of filters and a lot of like high pass, low pass, and just different things that normally in a regular beat you might not even mess with. You know what I mean?
I don't like to, but I like dubstep. That's one thing that I do like. Like compared to all those other ones like dubstep, reggaeton, stuff like that. I like dubstep more.
Yeah. That's the type, kind of the style that I made on this last one was kind of like a dubstep type of vibe. But yeah, definitely check that out, man. That's definitely worth stepping out of your comfort zone of the hip hop world and trying something new. I mean, I just recently started kind of messing with it, but I don't know, for some reason it just kind of sparked my interest, because you can put in all kinds of different stuff like sound effects and screams, and I mean just all kinds of weird off the wall stuff, and people love it.
I remember that I played this one scream one time. I had somebody knock on my door, like, "You all right?" I'm like, "That's a speaker." They really thought I was screaming, like, "I'm good."
That's when you're like, okay, I don't think this sound effect is gonna work.
Yeah, I had to stop.
So when people come into your area, whether it be your studio or whether you go to them or whatever, like what's the first thing you do with an artist?
Uh, that depends on the question. Like before we start talking business, or like trying to get to know, like first time wise.
Well, I guess the question would be like, what would be like preparation, I guess, or like what would you tell them, or what would you do with them to
Oh,
like get them, geared up and ready, to be like recorded by you, or whatever.
just the vibe. That's it. Just me and that artist, just that person. I'm not gonna be shy. I'm not gonna be shallow. Like if you want to get on this mic, let's go. Like I'm not gonna force you, but at the same time, we're gonna have fun doing this. Like whatever it is that we're gonna do. But before we get on the mic, I will hope and want that artist to know what it is that we're trying to create. Like, because right now we in the kitchen, we trying to make something. So what is your game plan in it? Like that's the major thing that I need to know.
Yeah. That's for sure. That's the reason why I asked the question is because I think that everybody is kind of different. Whether they kind of coach the artist into the way they do it, or maybe there's like a whole ritual. Some producers literally will spend like a whole hour doing this whole ritual, and you ain't even gone out to the beat yet. You know what I mean? Like you ain't even. You just sitting there like, okay, bro, like I get you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to do your thing, but can you at least just play the track?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I need to start writing or something. Getting to that, would you rather have your artist already have something written, or would you rather have them try to make it up right then?
If they're able to make it up right then and it makes sense, then sure, let's work. Uh, if they just want to chill, like, just to try and get the vibe in order to write, because I myself am a slow writer when it comes to writing. Like, sure, I can freestyle and do this and that, but when it comes to writing and that red dot button, record buttons, once you see that, everything's like a whole different story. So I can
Yeah,
understand
that
that
is
as
true.
far as being an artist and producer. But I
That
have to
is true.
like, in order for like, because my studio is in my house. It's either gonna be in the back area or in the bedroom type or in the garage, wherever I'm at. But like, if you want to chill here, like if you want to be comfortable and all this and that, I'm not feeding you. That's one thing for sure. I'm not feeding you. But just as long as we cool and all stuff like that, that's all that
He
matters
said
to
you
me.
better grab some Jack in the Box on the way over. He
Right.
ain't feeding you.
Right. Like if there's some other stuff like I'm not gonna bring up on here, but like just communicate with me. That's all I need.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
major
yeah.
thing.
He said, make sure you hit that McDonald's at WS Young. You know what I'm saying? Grab a double cheeseburger on the way.
Uh, tool. So,
But yeah, man, that's pretty dope, man. It's good to understand different producers and how they work, and I think that's the main reason why I wanted to do this podcast is to show the world and show people that everybody's different. Like the way your process is, how you work, what inspires you to do different things, and so that's the whole point of all this, man. And it's really good to get your input from all these different things. I think it's really, really cool to be able to share your story with people, man. Um, as far as inspiring you, like who would be somebody that would inspire you like right now or has inspired you in the past? Like who do you see as somebody that's like either a goal, like you want to be like this person, or somebody just inspired you in music?
uh, just it's really I would have to say myself, because really that's a tough question. I would have to say myself and my dad, because seeing and knowing that my dad didn't know anything about music, and I'm hearing from a lot of family members that he taught himself. And like even my dad told me this, like he taught himself how to read, write, piano, and the organ. And like there's too many keys and notes even with the foot pedals. Like I'm tired of the organ myself. I have one, I don't even play it. But uh it's really that, just learning and knowing not to give up. Sure, there be some things in life is hard. Like there's gonna be a lot of things that people is not gonna like, but as long as you're doing it and you're making something of it, then and you're having fun with it, that's really all that matters. And like there is some like artists and other that like J. Cole. Like when I think celebrity wise, I would want to be more like him as far as being an artist and producer, because he doesn't care. Like he's doing his own thing. He's not being shy. He's not being shallow towards a lot of people that he works with. He's engaging what he wants to do and what he loves, and that's music. And that's really what I want to be into. Like when it comes to being on video, like I'm a shy person. I don't even like to be on video, but I'm trying to take that extra step foot in, trying to open that door as also being an artist, because you never know, like being an artist, you might be able to find something or, you know, make something of it. But I really want to be more of a producer. But if the artist comes, then sure, I'm gonna just do my thing.
Right. For real. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. J. Cole is an awesome person, man, and there's a lot of people out here nowadays that are mashing from the ground up and not going the record label route and staying independent. I mean, I think that Master P paved the way for a lot of that independent artists, showing that it can be done. I mean, this dude sold 100 million copies of his music. I mean, that's incredible.
It is.
So I think everybody just kind of wants to go down that route at least at some point, try it out, and then if it doesn't work, then go to a record label. But yeah, man, I think that's awesome that your dad did that with his music. That's how my dad was. My dad's been playing a guitar ever since he was 13 years old, and he is self-taught. I mean, he took like 3 lessons that his had my granddaddy had paid for him, but it was more or less like, here's the A chord, here's the G chord, here's the D chord, and then you just sit and play. But that was really all he had. I mean, everything else, like his entire life, has been self-taught. And he's there done tons of different genres. He's got over 350 songs written. um but yeah, I think that self-taught is a huge thing. I mean, I was self-taught with everything that I've done. Every beat that I've ever made, every song that I've ever put together, anything is all self-taught. Never had anybody like sit down and be like, okay, put G with whatever. It was all self-taught, or it was taught off of like videos off of YouTube or whatever. I mean, in a way, I guess you could say that that's kind of somewhat of like a teacher, but it's not necessarily like a classroom environment, or you're going every other week to some guy's house and you're learning an instrument or something. I mean, I just learn from different people I see. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome, dude. And the fact that you're pushing 2 years into this or whatever, and then you've got so much experience, man, and your beats are like really fire, man.
Thank you.
That's dope. Speaking of your beats, a lot of people don't know that in the Austin, Texas producers of music group, I always put that plug out there. Y'all go check it out. Um, this past Christmas, we did a giveaway for our beats, and every Tuesday we were giving out beats. We had like 28 beats. It was like 9 producers or something like that. You was one of them. I've had a lot of good feedback off of your beats. There's actually people that have been talking about they want to drop songs with a lot of the beats that were in there. But just want to let you know that that's going on. They're liking your beats, man.
That's good. Well, they know where to hit me up at, or at least
That's
they
right.
will. Shoot, if they don't know, they'll find out.
Well, speaking of that, man, go ahead and let the listeners know where they can find you out there on social media or any other platform.
Find me mainly on Instagram at Lion Beats. Oh, I'm not even gonna cap. I almost forgot. I believe it's underscore Lion Beats underscore, or if anything, Lion Beats 30. That's how you can find me.
That's what's up. You got any music online right now?
Uh, Not right now. No, there's still a few on YouTube and stuff that I made recently, like last year, and about a yeah, just sometime last year. There's still some EPs out on Apple Music, Spotify, stuff like that. You can find that through Henny Hen. That's my old artist name. So later on this year, I will be changing it. So if you can't find me on Too Tall, that's because I haven't made it yet. So Henny Hen is what it is right now. But later on in the future, I will be mainly posting everything and anything like on Instagram. So any news updates as far as that would be posted on Instagram. You can find me through Lion Beats or Henny Hen.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, I'd like y'all guys to like to thank y'all guys for tuning in. Sorry about that, kind of misspoke, but like to thank y'all guys for tuning in. This is Jeff Strahan. Try it again. I'm gonna try that whole thing again. I'm just gonna edit that part out. Well, I'd like to thank y'all guys again for tuning in to the Cadence of Life podcast show. This is Jeff Strahan, aka your boy Jay Reed, and I want to thank Lion Beats for being on the show today, picking his brain, having a good time. Definitely go check out his music, man. Go check him out on Instagram, Lion Beats. He is a really awesome producer out of Killeen, Texas. Y'all definitely give him a shout out, man. Y'all give him a holler. If you're in Killeen, hey man, he ready to work. Yeah, he ready to get it in. So if you're in Killeen, y'all definitely go hit him up. And you can either find them on Instagram, Lion Beats. You can find them on Facebook, Lion Beats, or you can join the Austin, Texas Producers of Music Group and then talk to them in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
but
will be
anyway, it's your boy Jay Reed, aka Jeff Strahan, aka your boy Jay Reed, and we are out. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cadence of Life podcast. Check us out on Facebook, the Cadence of Life podcast. You can check out your boy Jay Reed or any of his music, Beats by Jay Reed, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you again for listening. See you next time.